To the Innovation Showcase. Your first educational session. We're going to start with a quick video, and then we'll jump into our presentation.
Like never before in the grocery world, trying to reach your consumer has never been a more difficult task. Grocery retailers are asking questions like, where can I reach my customers? What messages are resonating with them? What does data tell me about my customers? These are all important but complicated questions to answer, and that's why the AWG Retail Marketing Network was created. Since its launch, the Retail Marketing Network has created a system where AWG member retailers have access to marketing content that can help fuel their marketing.
Over time, AWG has so many different departments, and we have so many different areas that have calendars, that have promotions. And for the longest time, we haven't been able to put that together and try and create marketing that goes and touches on all those different aspects of AWG. And so that was the original impetus, is how can we take all of that different content and kind of cull through that and be able to create marketing content and different promotions that touch on those different areas of AWGs.
The way we create RMN content is we've taken different calendars from the marketing department as well as Center Store, VMC, private label, different ad groups, and making them into one kind of cohesive calendar that we've never been able to do before.
Even the best content can't be effective if it's not deployed in the right marketing spaces. That's where the AWG marketing team comes in to work with AWG retailers.
Retailers have a lot of things going on, and they're running stores and they're trying to focus on the things inside their stores. And so we do want to make it as easy as possible, and it really is an advantage for them to go to that content hub and really find all of that. We have a content calendar where they can look and see each week and each day what we have planned, and choose. They can use it as a menu of sorts to be able to choose what type of content. And it's also where we have some of the CPG, where we have all of the CPG programs that we're working with, that Chris and I are working to put together. And so we have all that content there as well, which we think really is going to help drive sales, because we're working directly with those CPG vendors to have those programs available to them.
But that content is just one half of the AWG Retail Marketing Network. Utilizing vendor content has become incredibly important for retailers of all kinds, as evidenced by the meteoric rise and growth of retail media networks in the grocery industry.
And in the produce world, it's so fascinating to see what happens in a grape orchard, and how grapes come off the orchard, go into a box, and how they get to the store finally. It's fascinating to see that, to see how strawberries are harvested, and they're all harvested by hand, by the way. It's just absolutely fascinating. And if you can show some of those stories to your consumers, it really drives more focus towards the produce industry in general, and it helps drive sales, I think, and it drives more trust for your consumer, for your store.
It ultimately drives sales. By taking an omni-channel approach, the focus is on the customer and provides them with a seamless experience. So adding the digital component to marketing efforts really helps connect with all customers, no matter where they're at in their flow of life and their journey of shopping.
And over the years, we've had such a difficult time of marrying the vendor content in with AWG and being able to get that stuff out to our retailers. And that's something that RMN brings to us, is the ability to put that stuff together in a simple package, takes the work right out of the store's hands and puts it right into the retailer.
Combining content created by the AWG marketing team and through CPG vendor-funded campaigns allows AWG member retailers to compete on a more level playing field with major chains, and sets the precedent for wholesalers in the U.S.
the more folks we have utilizing our services, the better it looks to those CPG vendors, and the more engagement we can get. But yeah, obviously sales is the most important part, and we're able to tie those in directly to kind of see how is that engagement, because obviously online engagement is great, but at the end of the day, how does that translate to sales?
So it's important for consumer packaged goods to have as many available stores as possible within our RMN, because they want that first party data. They want that one-to-one consumer touch point that only our independent retailers can provide.
And at the end of the day too, it's our relationships with the member retailers. They give us feedback on what's working on their end, what they're excited about, what's driving sales. And so the more we learn, the more feedback we get. I think it's a really exciting time for the Retail Marketing Network.
Good afternoon. My name is Randy Lane. I'm the Director of Marketing with AWG. Again, I know you're hearing a lot today and reading a lot in the trades about media networks and all the national companies that are doing that. So what we're trying to do today is give you a look into what we've developed over the past year, almost 2 years now of development, but we're actively doing these things with CPGs today. But we want to clearly define for you what AWG has developed as a retail media network and what that means for you. So with me today, you saw him in the screen several times, I've got Carissa Teschner. She came to us from a digital marketing agency north of town here, doing a lot of things from programmatic, you'll hear a little bit about, using third-party data. And then Kurt Kloblin came to us from a local ad agency with a heavy focus on digital marketing and social media. So with that, I want to turn it over to Kurt.
Thank you, Randy. Thanks, everybody, for coming today. We really appreciate you taking some time today. So, as you saw in the video, the Retail Marketing Network is something that's been going on for about a year. Officially, we launched last year at the Innovation Showcase, and it's really taken off, and it's something we're really proud of. So, just a quick reminder of what it is and kind of distill it down, and we'll kind of build off of what you saw in the video. What we're doing is taking content from throughout AWG. So that's center store, that's perishable departments, it's store brands, it's VMC. So we're taking all that content and creating marketing content that goes to member retailers, consumers. And then with that, we're also looking at national food holidays, regular holidays, different seasonal things. How can we capitalize on trends that are going on? And we're creating content for the member retailer. Second, we're really using our in-house services. So we're going to go through all the different services that we provide, but it's email, it's social media, it's e-commerce, it's loyalty, and everything in between. And so we're utilizing those services, our member retailers, and we're utilizing those to obviously put content out, but then also as we work with CPGs. So that kind of ties into that third point, is we're working with CPG vendors of all kinds. So center store, perishable, and so Carissa and I are having meetings on a daily basis, really trying to get into those shopper marketing dollars. And we'll talk about retail media and why it's so important, but that's the third leg of really what we're trying to do with the Retail Marketing Network.
And so we're creating and curating content for each tactic, from email, websites, social media, and more. And to reiterate what Kurt was just saying, is we're pulling all of AWG's calendars into one cohesive calendar, again, that we've never been able to do before. And so our team is working 12 weeks and more to plan content for our members to utilize, and this is available to all AWG members, regardless of what type of ad group that you're in. And so with Omnichannel, we're taking all these different spaces we have and integrating them from social media to curated email and more. And it's important to be able to be in these spaces your customers are in every single day.
So we talk about retail media. Some of us might know what that is, others might not know what that is. But essentially, it's leveraging the different marketing spaces, especially digital marketing. It's leveraging those spaces to deliver messages for CPG, consumer packaged goods vendors. And so, as you can see here, that landscape is already gotten incredibly crowded. If you read the trades, you've probably heard about it, but as you can see, it's everywhere. So, all the national grocery brands definitely have a retail media network. A lot of the regionals do. Club stores, drugstores, convenience stores. 7-Eleven has one. Pet food stores, and really everything in between has created a retail media network, because they're really trying to capitalize on the own channels that they have. So again, their online presence, wherever that might be. And if we look at a little bit by the numbers, so as an industry in 2022, it's about $40 billion is what that looked like. And just at NGA, a couple weeks ago here, they estimated that 2023 is going to be $53 billion. So that's a pretty big number. It's certainly one that the Amazons, the Walmarts, the Krogers are paying a lot of attention to. 73% of brands have a retail media budget. They're shifting a lot of that, the personnel, the budgets over to retail media, because they see the importance in it, and obviously they see how much that the different retailers are invested in the retail media space. And then finally, it's really surprising to me, but 19% of ad spend in the United States is done through retail media. So you think of days of old, it's TV, it's radio, it's some of those type of things, but now 1 in 5 of every dollar spent is through retail media. So it's certainly something that we as AWG can't ignore.
And so looking at the retail media landscape, consumer packaged goods are moving funds around and creating, or they're expanding their shopper marketing teams to invest in retail media networks, from the Kraft Heinz of the world to Nestle Pet and more. It's really important that AWG is having that even level playing field with the Walmarts and the Krogers of the world. So we want to take part in getting some of that vendor funding. And so as you can see here on the screen, this is a campaign that actually ran from September to October of 2022 for one of Kraft Heinz campaigns. And so they saw a tremendous online result with almost a 12% digital coupon redemption rate. And so with that, we're currently working to really integrate the in-store reporting for those as well.
And so in a little bit of kind of news you can use, want to take a little bit of a look at what the digital coupon landscape looked like, because loyalty and digital coupons is a big part of what we do through our retail marketing network. So, some of the highlights, so we saw a 51% increase in digital coupon redemptions in 2022. So obviously it continues to go up. Very interesting, store brands had 5.3 million clips. And again, this is through AWG, through our shopper engagement platform and the other loyalty platforms that we're tied in with. So these are all real numbers that we can go through. But store brands had 5.3 million clips, and then all of the other vendors combined had 4.9. So you think about that, people are definitely concerned about value. We're in an inflationary period. Folks are already looking to store brands for that value, and when we can put a digital coupon on top of that, that's another set of value for them. We saw a total of 10.2 million clips, and so that's up 36%. Again, people are looking for value. They're looking for ways to do that. So digital coupons is a big way, and obviously the vendors are coming to the table with those digital coupon dollars. We saw almost $700,000 in redemption on digital coupons, and then just looking at the months that they were most popular: July, November, and December. Especially November and December, holiday months. People are looking for those digital coupons. You'll see here that some of the digital coupons that were most popular were in that November, December. So this looks at the last 7 months of our digital coupons to see what specific digital coupons were most popular. You're going to see Campbell's is in there 3 times. And again, you're going to see those key months. So you got cream of chicken soup is the number 1, November. You see chunky soup in October, and then you see chicken noodle or tomato soup in November. You see Nestle Toll House morsels, Again, November and December, obviously people are baking, making chocolate chip cookies, making all kinds of bakery type things. And then you see board and cheese in 3 different months. But again, a couple of those are in those key months that folks are baking, casseroles, things like that. So just an interesting look at kind of what's popular, what's moving the needle as far as digital coupons.
And I just wanted to reiterate again that this is available to all of our AWG member retailers. The more retailers we have using our services means it's easier to have marketing consistency, lower cost of goods, and more. The more stores we have on our RMN means more CPG money and more money to AWG, which again goes back to our member retailers. And while this is available to all member retailers, we do work closely with the AIM ad group team on integrating their, everyday items and promotions that they're integrating as well. And just to touch on some of our services we manage in-house, and that's available in our retail marketing network, our email, programmatic or online advertising, third-party data, loyalty, and more.
So we feel strongly about where we are right now with our retail marketing network, but we also feel strongly about kind of the places that we want to go. So I'm going to play a video here kind of as I talk. So one of our big evolutions is our digital circular. And we're launching that here at the show. And so please come see us at booth 100. We'll be right outside the door over the next few days. We'd love to talk to you about it. But when you look at the print circular, it's been the same for an awful long time. Obviously, it's evolved where folks are uploading ads to your website, but the experience is still not great. It's a lot of pinching and zooming to try and see that PDF. So how can we take that to the next level? And the digital circular is something that we as AWG has been wanting to get into for a while. And now we have that option. So think about, say you're selling Coke, and you have a special on Coke. You've probably featured the box, the 2-liter, but why not be able to feature it where you can see the Coke fizzing and being poured into a cup? You might have we have a ton of best choice recipes. Why wouldn't we feature some of those items in those recipes and those videos to make that item that's in your ad far more interactive? And why shouldn't the website that the ads be featured in, why shouldn't that feel like a normal website as opposed to a PDF where you have to kind of hunt and peck to try and figure out the items that you want to try and find? So that's why we're really excited about the digital circular. We feel it's really going to change the game. And there's a lot of exciting things that are involved with it. So again, please come see us at booth 100. We'd really love to talk to you about that. And so, really finally, we really feel like the time is now. Our team, you're going to see them out again at booth 100, but we have a team of subject matter experts that are there to really shepherd the relationships that we have with our vendors. They're there to help you. Our programs are AWG programs. The vendors that we choose, we feel strongly about them, but they're AWG programs. And so we want you to utilize us and remember that we want to be your agency of sorts. We want you to look to us, to AWG marketing, before you go elsewhere, because we feel strongly about how we can help you. From a cost standpoint, we've worked really hard to look at the cost of all our programs. We feel strongly about that. We'll put it up against just about everybody else because what we've done is be able to leverage scale. That's the whole idea, obviously, of being AWG is to leverage scale and be able to push those costs down as much as possible. The partners we have, we don't really go for fly-by-night type folks. We vet out all the retailers that we work with, and we vet them closely. And a lot of them we have long-term relationships with for many years, decades, in some cases. And so we feel strongly about those partners. But again, we work closely together. We don't just hand you off to those vendors. We're there to shepherd that relationship. And kind of lastly, this is a program that's already running. It's not something new. As we mentioned, it's been around a year, but as AWG Marketing, we've been offering a lot of these services for a long time. It's just in the last year that we've kind of put that bow of the retail marketing network together. So with that, we'd love to see you at booth 100 out there. We'd love to talk to you about your individual situation, how we can help, what are some of the holes maybe that are in your marketing. And with that, we'll kind of open it up to any questions that you guys might have.
No questions?
We have a microphone to come around too. If you have questions. Don't feel pressure. All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. We appreciate it.
you.
Have a good show. Feel free to come see us at booth 100.